You're listening to Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes, the podcast where whiskey, cigars, and beard products aren't just a hobby, they're a lifestyle. Hosted by Adam, Paul, and Jerry, three guys with real experience, full beards, and even fuller glasses. Each episode serves up thoughtful tastings, laid-back cigar talk, and honest takes on beard gear and beyond. From top-shelf pours to everyday essentials, this is the place where conversations flow as smooth as the whiskey. So, pour a glass, light one up, and enjoy the ride. This is Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes.
Welcome to Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes. I'm Adam.
And I'm Paul.
And I'm Jerry.
And today we got a what do you want to call it? A White Lightning shootout. We got several different types of very clear liquor. Some legal, some not. But all of it's going to be fun. Of course, we've got our own independent cigars. Some you've heard about, like mine, the one that I'm smoking, on previous episodes, and some that you haven't. And then a beard product to talk about today. So, as always, we're starting with our palate warmers, and Jerry's my top left. What do you got?
Went with something a little bit clear, a little tint to it. It's the Chattanooga Whiskey Silver. You get it from the distillery. It's their barrel 91 that is aged for no less than 1 hour. So basically sits in a barrel for about an hour. They dump it. That way they could legally call it whiskey. But yeah, it's a fun little thing. You take that, and I got some Chat 91 over there too. So depending on how all this goes with what we have, 8 different pours or whatever. But yeah, this Chat Silver and Chat 91, put them side by side, and they change drastically when going back and forth. So it's a fun little project to do.
Paul, what you got?
So I went with some legal clear. I've got the Buffalo Trace Mash 1 of their White Dog coming in at 125 proof, 17 to 20 bucks. You can pick this bottle up. It's a 375. It's their low rye mash. It's damn good. It's got a very fruity nose that I don't remember from having it before, but it's definitely got a nice fruity nose, and it's delicious. I mean, we were talking before we started recording. I think this should replace a couple of their lower offerings in Mash Bill 1. They can just save the barrel and just sell more of this stuff because it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. I think they're wasting some of that on actually aging it. Aside from just saving the barrel, some of that stuff is not as good as the White Dog is, honestly, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree.
Definitely worth checking out, though. I, on the other hand, went with something illegal. It is unaged while simultaneously being at least 10 years old. This is made by an old moonshiner who is no longer walking the earth. It is a pear brandy, and it's fucking delicious. It even has a little dusty quality to it. So apparently that's not all coming from the barrel, because there's no barrel involved with this. So here it is for the folks who are watching. Let me turn this camera light off here so you can see. It is clear. It is very, very clear. Here, I'll show you the damn jar. It is clear. And it is good. It is very good. I'll make sure you guys receive some of this at some point soon. My guess is that's about 80 proof. Actually, here. We'll shake it and find out. Yep. I'd say that might be a little closer to 100 proof. It's pretty good. So, well, shit. Let's move on. What's our first one up? Was one that I don't have or can't find. I know I had it here somewhere. Can't find it anywhere. So Paul and Jerry are gonna jump into that one and tell you guys all about it.
Yep, we got 2 legal pours, both actually coming out of Virginia. First one we're going to try is the one that Adam probably drank already, can't find. It's the sample I sent out of Virginia Lightning Corn Whiskey coming out of Belmont Farms in Culpeper, Virginia. Master distiller Chuck Miller, you might remember him from some of the earlier seasons of Master Distiller, because Tim Smith also uses that distillery as home to his Climax line of products, whiskeys and
Moonshiners.
Moonshiners. What did I say?
Master Distiller.
Oh, that's what I meant. It was in my head. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, the earlier episodes of Moonshiners when Tim was working with Chuck and getting set up in that distillery, which he's still currently at. It's a cool place. I've been there. I've met Chuck, did a tour. They have a huge lineup of offerings from their clear, what we're tasting right now, just their clear corn whiskey. They have pretty much every flavor you can think of in clear, and they got aged spirits and pretty much every flavor you can think of in aged spirits as well. They also do whiskey that's been aged, I want to say 2 years, but they had one there, I believe, that there was about to come out that had some older stuff, 8, 9, 10 years, something like that, from when they were first getting started that he had stashed away. There was going to be like a distiller select release or something like that. They do a bourbon. Their whiskey line is called Copper Kettle with a K for copper. I tried through a bunch of their stuff, walked around, saw the still where they do it. It's a small operation, but it's really cool. They were actually in the process of building a new rick house right out in front of the distillery when I was there. So it was cool to see. But yeah, so let's get into this one. This is the Virginia Lightning Corn Whiskey. It's 100 proof, 375. Brown bottle 375 is like, I want to say like 13 to 15 bucks. I can't remember. I got this. I don't think I got this one at the distillery. I think I had this bottle before I went, and I got a couple of their other offerings when I was there. But I want to say it's about 15 bucks where you can find it. It's sold in the Virginia ABCs all over, and I'm sure they have distribution past that as well. Probably not widespread, but you can find it. I really like this. We were talking. I remember this being hotter when I had it last, but it's probably been 2 years since I've gotten this bottle. And I just took a swig while Adam was talking, and it's not hot at all. It's actually very light and pleasant at 100. Mm-hmm. So what do you guys think? Or Jerry, what do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say on the nose, it's a clean spirit. There's a little bit of corn in there, a little bit of sweetness, but overall it's just like a clean smelling, pleasant spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked everything I had when I was there. I'm not huge into flavored spirits unless they're done right, and I think they're doing them right. I don't remember them tasting like melted lollipops in a bottle, which some of the flavored stuff that you buy off the shelves can be, like too sugary and low proof. I think I came home with one of their apple finished products that I really enjoyed. But yeah, this is the base to a lot of them, and it's really, really good. It does not drink 100 proof to me.
No,
I would not guess this was over 80 proof, to be honest, if I was doing this in the blind. And it's very clean. It's a great mouthfeel. It's not overly oily, but it's got a great mouthfeel to it. Yeah, and like Jerry said, that's a good word. It's just a nice, clean corn spirit.
Yeah, sweet corn, clean, decent mouthfeel. Yeah, that's if you're pulling out something clear, that's
what you're looking for. Yeah.
That's something they want. You don't. Do you know if they're using what kind of stills they're using there?
I'm trying to remember. I got a bunch of pictures I could probably post online. They had a big, I want to say it was a kind of a Frankenstein looking thing. It wasn't like a traditional pot still.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I was to guess, it's probably one of those hybrids pot still into a column, because you're not. I'm not seeing any of the that pot still funk on the nose or anything.
Yeah, no, it's
It's good though. It's nice and, like I said, that sweet corn.
Yep.
Good mouthfeel. Yeah, maybe 80 proof. Yeah, that could be dangerous in the summer. You mix it with some lemonade or some iced tea or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know how good this is going to come through, but that's a picture of their still they're working with right there, from being like as close as I guess you could get from behind the tank. So that's what they're working with there, and it's all farm to glass pretty much. It's Belmont Farm Belmont Farms. So they get all their own grain. Here's a picture of their cooker. Here's a picture of yours truly with Mr. Chuck. So, no, it was pretty cool. I was just happened to be passing by, coming from a work site. Figured I'd swing in there and check them out. And I figured I'd probably just hit the gift shop, but little did I know that they're like super cool about doing tours whenever you want to do it. I thought it was just going to be me, and then I think 2 other people showed up last minute, but they do tours and tastings every 30 minutes on the hour, Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 5. So you can pretty much pop in there anytime during the week, and on Saturdays, and get a tour, even if it's only you. They got, which is not listed on their website, but I did take a picture of this. They do have some rum aging as well. Forgot about that. And then they got like some older barrels aging right now. Like this is one of the older ones. You can see the fill date is 2015 of a rum. So a rum that's been aging for about 10 years. It's a cool little spot if you're ever in that area, which is really kind of, it's about, I don't know, I'd say 45 minutes to an hour outside of Northern Virginia, an hour and a half from DC. It's definitely worth the trip to pop in there. Beautiful grounds. They also have, full gift shop with all kinds of cool stuff and a brewery. So you can go grab a few of their beers as well. And like I said before, you can buy all of Belmont Farms' offerings along with all of the Climax stuff from Tim Smith as well out of their gift shop. So it's cool to stop, look them up. They do, I think he was saying once a year they have like a festival in their field where they have a stage and performers and stuff like that, and all of the moonshiners from the show, they all make appearances and do signings and stuff like that. I want to say when I was there, it just happened like 2 weeks before, so they were showing me some pictures. So it's a cool little spot. And this is an example of they're doing, some very, very fine distillation.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's sweet. That finish is almost like there's a weird note, but remember the candy cigarettes, not the ones that were the gum that you blew out the fake powder that looked like smoke, but the little chalky ones with the little red dye on the end. That sweetness, like that.
Yeah.
Chalky.
I was gonna say like a fun dip sweetness, which is I'm pretty sure the same
very
shit.
Similar, yeah. That finish that's really nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. So, all right, well, moving on down the road from Culpeper into Franklin County.
Hold on before we start up the car. I forgot that I actually have a bottle of Climax Moonshine right here. I had to run up and get it real quick.
There you go. I looked. I thought I did. I thought I had some of his stuff where he was rapid aging with those little wood chips or the wood squares or whatever.
Right.
I must have drank it because I dug through my cabinet because I was going to bring that down. But that stuff's good too.
Yeah, I've only tried it, I don't know, a handful of times. It's fairly available. here. I can go to Total Wine and pick it up for, let's see here. Well, no, they're not listing it on their website at all. Instead, Old Smoky pops up, which I know is not the owner of Climax. I mean, they're also they also make moonshine, and then Sugarland shows up. They're also part of the Moonshiners TV show Brotherhood, but yeah, Climax isn't showing up. I guess it's not available here anymore from Total Wine, at least. I got that for like $25, I think, when I bought it. And I didn't really like it enough to run back out and snag up a bunch of bottles just in case. I can get Tim Smith's Climax Moonshine Fired number 32. It's got cinnamon and all that bullshit in it. I don't want nothing to do with that. So. Anyway, I guess it's a good thing that I haven't gone through that bottle because now I can't get it anymore. Not here, at least. But it's pretty good. There's other corn liquors that I would prefer to this, but I enjoy it. So now, yeah, let's go ahead and move on past that.
Yeah, so we've arrived in Franklin County. I think they call it the home of moonshining. We're going to be getting into some of the Law's Choice Hell's Holler. This is a wheated recipe, so it's wheat, rye, malted barley, and cane. It's coming in at 90 proof. That's what the bottle looks like. I believe you can only get this in Virginia. From what I could tell online, I don't think you can get it outside of Virginia, but it's sold at the ABCs and things like that. You don't have to actually go to a distillery or anything, because I don't believe that they are an operating like tour accessible distillery or a setup like that. But this is coming from the Laws that are on the Moonshiner show once again. Henry and Kenny. Kenny, obviously, if you're in the know that he recently passed. But this distillery on their website, they have Kenny, Henry's son Paige, and Atlas Wright, which is Kenny's grandson. He goes on the website, at least he goes by Cash, Kash. And then Josh Owens, also from Moonshiners fame, are the 5 that they have on the website that are kind of behind this spirit. They have some other things that they distill as well. Not as many offerings as Belmont Farms does, but this is their Hell's Holler. This is, I think, they're pretty much their core product. 90 proof, $13. I think I paid for the 375. Unaged, like I said, wheat, rye, malted barley, cane sugar, and this is definitely a lot different than the one we just had. I would say that the Virginia Lightning is what you expect from like a large operation, nice and clean. This is kind of something that you would expect to get out of the backwoods. Both very good, but very different. This is more grain forward, off the nose for me at least.
I also get like a what is that? Almost like a what a fresh spring smells like.
Mm-hmm.
I get a little bit of grain, but there's like this like freshness to it. I don't know, like fresh water.
I get what you're saying. It's got to be coming from the rye, I would imagine.
But I'll say I took a little sip of this a minute ago, and the palate does not match the nose whatsoever.
No, does not.
Well, I can't tell you because I forgot to smell it before I swigged it all back. And
which that being said, when you're drinking it out of a mason jar in the backwoods, you're not really putting your nose in a mason jar. You're
right. It's up to be connoisseur, and this goes out the window when you're to pass the cigar around. But this is
we probably should have thought this through. We probably should have been drinking all these out of mason jars instead of fucking Glencairns.
right.
I'm not using Glencairn. I'm using something similar enough, but it's not a Glencairn.
That's the Scottish whatever glass, I think it's called, or something like that.
Okay. Well, a Glencairn is a Scottish glass. They were developed to drink Scotch, but I don't know what the fuck this is. I got this from Peerless when we were.
Yeah, it's basically a Glencairn without the mini stem to it.
Yeah, without the stem on it. Yeah. Definitely grain forward. I feel like there's a little bit of a sorghum kind of flavor in the background, or a light molasses, kind of carrying like a molasses or sorghum undertone.
So the last ingredient it just says cane. So I don't know. My first thought was
it is
cane, like sugar is what I thought, but it could be cane syrup. I mean, I don't know exactly what, because the cane syrup tastes kind of like that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it definitely, yeah. But I mean, it's good. It's different, sure, but I wouldn't say that it's better or worse than other moonshines that I've had. I wouldn't say it's better or worse than the Climax Moonshine or some others. And then yeah, it's good. I like it. I could do with more proof on it.
Yeah, a little bit more proof would be good. I mean, at 90 proof, it's a little light, but like with the Virginia Lightning that we just had, that was 100 proof, and I think that drank lower proof than this does, even though that was higher proof. So, but I mean, that's the good thing with these unaged spirits is that if you like all the notes, if you like pulling out young corn and different grainy notes and stuff like that, they're so different. Like everybody's that you try is so different, but most of them are very good. Most of the time you're not going to have something that somebody wants you to try, whether it's legal or illegal, that is just trash. So as long as your palate is geared towards these kind of younger and grain forward notes, then I mean this is fantastic. So is the Virginia Lightning, but they're completely different in my mind. Completely different products. This though, they do say on their website that this is Amos Law, who's a very famous moonshiner from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, which is Henry's dad. This is his recipe that has kind of been passed down and reimagined, maybe perfected, you could say, by Henry and Kenny over the years. Or it could be the exact same recipe, not sure, but they attribute it to being Amos Law's recipe developed in the 50s when he started moonshining at the age of 16 years old. So unlike some other labels, this label actually does have a documented history of
right,
back a couple generations, and now it's cool that they have Henry's son in it and Kenny's grandson in it as well. So
it's funny that this episode has kind of taken an unexpected turn into the world of moonshiners, and then you mentioned the documented history as well. So if you guys recall, during a certain season of moonshiners, it's one of the more recent seasons, Mark and Digger grab up J.B. Rader, who was known to be a still hand for Popcorn Sutton, and they go back to Popcorn's old still site from a documentary that was made about Popcorn, and they made a recipe that they started calling Mountain Legacy Corn Whiskey. I had the good fortune to meet them a couple years ago at a restaurant here in town, because there's a gentleman who's also part of Moonshiners in some capacity or another as a judge or in one of the spinoffs that would go and help people resurrect or save dying distilleries. And he owns a restaurant here. So he's actually been on the show, Mr. Tim Jones. Great dude. We like him very much. But this, what I've just poured in my glass, is a jar signed by Mark and Digger of the Mountain Legacy Corn Whiskey. And as I recall it, this recipe is based on trying to get as close to Popcorn Sutton's recipe as they possibly could. and it is tasty. I thought I might have sent you guys a sample of that at some point, but maybe I'm wrong about that. If I regardless, I'm gonna send you some of that this week. It drinks 125. Believe that. Holy shit! It's corn and ethanol right on your nose. Just that's. Let me blow in that glass a little bit. No, it's still corn and ethanol. It's burning my nose here, but it is very grain forward. It doesn't drink 125, but there's a little heat. Like I said, it is grain forward and very sweet. It is sweet. Yeah, so I gave some of this to my wife one night and compared it to some liquor that I had made, hoping that she would tell me that mine was better, and she did not. So, it is what it is. But sorry, I digress. I jumped in the middle with another one. It just popped into my head. Oh, shit, I have that one up there, too. If we're going to talk about all these, we got to talk about this one because that's one of my favorite. It's not, it's not necessarily a bottle, but it's one of my favorite containers of liquor that I have in this house because it's signed by those guys. I got to meet them. They were really nice. They were cool enough to invite me to sit down with them inside the restaurant and just talk with me. Out of everybody else in the restaurant, Tim came over and grabbed me and said, come meet him real quick. And then when I was standing there, Mark asked me to sit down, and I sat there for about an hour talking to him. It was really cool. Mark stood up and gave me a hug like we'd known each other for 20 years. He was a really nice guy. So anyway, special container, special jar, one that I'm not going to go through quickly, but it's really good. And if that has any kind of comparison to popcorns, well, I highly recommend that people go out and buy up a jar of this. You're not going to get one that's signed probably, but it is really fucking good. I don't know if I can even get this here. Do you guys have Sugar Lands in Maryland and Florida?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're all over.
I was actually there about a little over a month ago. We were out in Pigeon Forge area. We stopped there, did a little, tasting. They don't really have a tour. Did the Roaming Man tasting and left with the Roaming Man 10-year, one of the first stuff they distilled there that wasn't that flavored stuff that they're putting out, and it's fantastic. So to go back to what I was saying a second ago, you can absolutely get it. You can get it at Total Wine. You can get it for $23. And I misread the label. It's only 120 proof, not 125, but regardless, it's got for $23 for a really good, liquor with even if it only goes back to them developing the recipe on the side of that mountain in Popcorn Sutton's old still site. It's got a documented history that you can watch on the fucking TV, for crying out loud. Same with Laws, and same with Belmont Farms and everything else. $23. But I'm sorry, Jerry, you were there, and you sent pictures of the tasting that you were doing. Yeah. So originally they got, I think it was like 10 barrels, 10 52-gallon or 53-gallon barrels. And then barrel shortages and whatnot and prices. So they went to, a 30 something, like the smaller wine barrels. But they kept the first 53-gallon barrel and they fill it up every so often with different Roaming Mans to do like an infinity barrel. So we tried that. We tried the whatever the newest batch of the Roman Man was, and then the 10-year and the tasting. And the Infinity Barrel was good, but the regular batch and the 10-year were better. It's just like any other Infinity bottle, barrel, whatever. It's hard to get those right for whatever reason. But yeah, I'll have to get you a small sample of that 10-year. It came in a 375, so there's not much of it, but I'll have to get you guys samples of that. It's that's a rye. Those are rye whiskeys. The Roman Man's a rye whiskey. So, and on the side of the label, it's cool. They have all like the mash bill. What I'm pretty sure it has like date of distillation, when it was dumped, and all the information that you want. It also has angel share, and I'm pretty sure it was like 60% angel share for this barrel. So yeah, it was something stupid crazy. So what, 53, you're getting what, depending on the proof. Oh, and it's like 130 proof or something like that. But depending on the proof, you get what, like 150, 200 bottles out of it. So at cask strength, 50 to 60% angel share, you're getting almost nothing out of that barrel. That's pretty sure that's why they went with 375s.
Yeah.
So, you said it was a rye, right?
Yeah. Okay,
making sure because that triggered something in my head, which was the picture that I sent to you guys earlier. The Buffalo Trace Sazerac full proof coming in at 125 proof. And I was like, I've got to look. I didn't look anything up about it at the time. I had to look. Apparently it's only $40. Hopefully people aren't going to panic buy and make us have to, miss out like we do with everything else that they make. But I would like to get my hands on 125 proof rye. That sounds pretty tasty to me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
I
knew that they were coming out with the underproof Saz rye. I didn't know that the 125 was even a thing until you sent that picture. So I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that, especially if you can get it, for just a few bucks more than some regular Saz is 90 proof, right? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
I can get that for like 32 or 33 bucks, I think. So, for less than $10 more to get it at 125, that's coming home with me if I see it on the shelf. But who knows? It might end up in a glass case at my liquor store. So we'll see.
It very well might. It may end up being in a museum piece for a little while for some asshole that doesn't want to sell it like it's supposed to be sold. Lots of that going on. Hopefully these folks are going to stop doing that with this alleged increased availability. We'll all learn on that together, I suppose. So back to it. Where were we headed next?
So we've done a couple from Virginia that I think are both fantastic. If we're just talking about those two, it's hard for me to pick which one I think is better because they're so different. And they're both very, very good, especially, for the price and everything else around the bottle. So I don't know if you had a favorite on those two, Jerry. If I had to pick, that'd be tough for me.
For me, they're both fantastic. But for me, if I'm going to sit down and I want to pour one of them in a glass and drink it, it's going to be the Laws. I thought it had more characteristic with the different grains and whatnot. But like I said, if I want to sit outside in the summer or while mowing the yard or something like that, and I want like some lemonade or something, give me that White Lightning and throw it in that lemonade for a little bit of a spike, and I think it'd be a fantastic little summer drink.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. Just the more flavors are coming out of the Laws, I think.
Yeah.
The Virginia Lightning is what it should be. It's just straight corn whiskey. You just get sweet corn notes, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's nice and clean and crisp, and that's fantastic on its own. But like you said, this in like a nice slushy or something like that in the summertime, this would be freaking awesome.
I would also like to see both of them a little higher proof.
Yeah, exactly. That would, especially if you're going to mix it, that would help definitely. But both fantastic products out of Virginia, and move on from there, I guess. We got a couple other ones, that I've dug out of my sample box to try, but we also have a beer product to talk about if you want to get into that while we're finishing our glasses.
Yeah, we can do that. So I sent these samples out. I was watching a YouTube live a few months back. Can't remember who it was, but this company was on it as a guest, and they offered up a nice 30% discount for the weekend. So I grabbed a couple samples and sent a couple bottles, sent some samples out to the guys. This is Sunshine State Grooming. Yeah, and I live in Florida, so yeah, it's weird. They opened up in February of this year, 2025. So they are coming up on a year in a couple months. They got some fantastic scents, at least the two I picked up. The ingredients are, you got meadow foam, seed oil, jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, argan oil, castor oil, hemp seed oil, baobab oil, and black seed oil. And then another product that I grabbed that I didn't send the guys was their squeeze butter, which we'll talk about in a minute. You got those oils along with shea butter, mango butter, and kokum butter. But I sent out a sample of their black pumpkin scent, which is pumpkin oud, black oud, and white maple bourbon. To me, this comes off as like a smoky pumpkin pie with a little bit of like a maple or sweet like glaze or something on top of it. I really like these oils a lot. The other scent I grabbed was Breakwater, which is citrus, cedar, amber, black pepper, and aquatic cologne, which it's like a almost like a dark aquatic cologne. Like you get that aquaticness to it, but there's that black pepper and amber spice that ramp up. It's definitely not your traditional aquatic cologne scent profile that a lot of companies are putting out. And it's a little bit different with those spices to it. So what'd you guys think about these?
I really like the scent. You didn't put the scent on the bottle. I started using this a couple days ago, so I wasn't really sure what it was, but right when I put it on, the maple just pops big time. I really like that maple scent, and it goes well. I'm just smelling my beard. It goes well with cigar smoke. That sweetness, it
has that smokiness to it.
Yeah, I'm reminded of like a smoked old fashioned.
Yeah,
with that sweet maple scent. I mean, it's really nice. I like the oil. I'm a big fan of the consistency that, not too thick, not too thin, and that hits right here for me. Did these have dropper tops on them? Yep, another big plus. Cool. Oh, they're white bottles. Those are kind of cool bottles.
I'm muted. Yeah, they're white bottles with the dropper top, but they also have that safety top that you got to push down and twist off. So
gotcha.
It's kind of nice, but at the same time, it's annoying sometimes.
Yeah, no, big fan of this one. I've been using this for a couple days now, and great, no problems. It's just overall, it's a good oil, and like I said, I really like this scent. I was looking on their website at some of their other scents, and also trying to pinpoint what this one was, because, like I said, we didn't put what scent it was, and they got some scents that I'm going to definitely be trying out. They have I wanted to say over 15 different scent profiles, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
So good ingredients. I saw they do a 25% off GovX discount, which is a very nice discount.
Yeah.
If you're a GovX member, $1 from every item sold is donated to charity, and their current charity that they're supporting is the Shriners Children's Hospital, which is awesome. So great company, just getting started out. Jerry probably wants to talk about their butters, but they also have mustache wax for $15 for 1 ounce, and bar soap for $7, which I'm a huge fan of bar soap for beard and body. $7. Looks like it's like 3-inch by 3-inch, normal size like brick. $7, great price. Their oils are 20, their butters are 20 and 21. But yeah, I mean, if you got some info on the squeeze butter, because I was interested. I read up a little bit on that, and I thought that was kind of a cool idea.
Yeah. And then they also, I remember listening to them on the live. They also are in the process of making deodorant. They have a link on their website, but you go to it and it says coming soon. But the guy wants to test it out, make sure everything's good before putting it out. I'm sure he's changing some things up. So hopefully that'll be out soon, because wouldn't mind trying that. But yeah, this liquid or the squeeze butter. I've been a big fan lately of liquid butters. They don't seem to weigh down your beard as much as a butter, which to me, the balms weigh it down a lot more than the butters do. But this liquid butters feel a lot nicer in my beard. So I was kind of curious about this, and it's basically just a mixture of a poured butter and a liquid butter. It's a thicker consistency, but it still pours out. Once you rub it in your hands, it has. So you think about just like scooping out regular like poured butter and then pouring some oil in it, mixing in your hand. It has that consistency. I've liked it a lot. It's definitely something a little bit different. I don't know if there's any major differences between this and a poured butter or this squeezed butter and a liquid butter, other than the consistency. Maybe we have to get him on to see why he went squeezed butter versus a liquid butter. But yeah, I've liked it. It's something different. And it comes in a 2-ounce little squeeze bottle with a little twist top on it, so you could open and close it. But yeah, it has. Ooh, that scent's good. Yeah, I've liked it. It's definitely a little different because you gotta, especially when it's a little bit cooler out, you gotta squeeze a little bit more, just to because it is a thicker type oil sort of deal. But yeah, it's something different. Maybe we reach out, get them on, or reach out just to see why they went squeeze butter versus liquid butter or regular butter. But either way, definitely a company to check out. Like Paul said, there's a bunch of different scents up there, ranging everywhere from this like pumpkin and this aquatic cologne to like spring break, like pineapple stuff. And they got the one that actually I kind of wanted to try, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to. It's Tobacco Bay. It's like a tobacco mixed with like mango.
I saw that one. That
sounds
one
interesting.
Me. Yeah, that one intrigued me too. That's scent that you don't really see together often, or if ever. Like with a very, mango's a very distinct fruit, and tobacco, that kind of sounds like it would work.
And then another scent that a lot of people were talking about was their Blackberry Royale, which is basically like a blackberry with oud to it, which I could see that one being. What?
With cheese.
Do you want
Blackberry
cheese with
Royale?
it?
No, Blackberry. Never mind. It's a Pulp Fiction reference that seems to be going directly over your head.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Royale with cheese. You don't remember that?
I do. It's been a while. I don't watch movies that much. My attention span does not last long for movies.
Well, I hate to hear that for you.
That's why I watch a lot of TV shows. I can watch 30 minutes and be done with it.
Well, TV shows are just like a bag of fucking Lay's potato chips for me, man. I can't watch just one.
No. Which, talk about that, completely going off topic. I just finished the season of Paradise.
fucking great, isn't it?
That's real good. I'm pissed off that it's only one season right now. This is why I don't watch new.
It got renewed, so the second season is coming, but we got to wait. Yeah.
This is why I usually wait a couple seasons to start watching something new, so I can just continuously watching instead of watching 8 episodes and then be pissed off that I got to wait a fucking couple months for it.
Well,
we talked about this one last week, I think, and I remember writing it down and then forgot about it. What network's that on, or what provider I should
Apple
say?
TV.
I watched it on Hulu.
Oh yeah, it is on Hulu. I'm sorry, it is on Hulu. Yeah.
All right, perfect. I don't have Apple, but I have Hulu.
Yeah.
I have everything I think except Apple.
Yeah, that was on Hulu. I forgot. There was something else that I had told you to watch at the same time that was on Apple TV, and I'll have to go back and look and see what it is. But Paradise is fucking awesome. I can't wait for season 2. Did you watch Righteous Gemstones?
I've started to, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how you stop. Like, that's one where you call out to work the next day because you watching that shit.
Oh no, that first day I started, I think I went through like 6 episodes.
Yeah. So I'm geeked up for Stranger Things. That's coming here in the next week or so.
Yep. Actually, didn't they come out tomorrow?
Thanksgiving Friday. I thought.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So
half the season Thanksgiving Friday, half the season then the day after Christmas, I believe is how they do it.
Yeah. Now there's a DLC for an Assassin's Creed game coming out tomorrow. I knew that there were a couple things happening that I was really excited for this month, and I couldn't remember what the fuck they were. So, and I keep getting them mixed up. But yeah, definitely excited about Stranger Things. That's going to be awesome to finally get some closure on some of the shit that's going on, maybe some explanations, and hopefully they do tie up all the loose ends. And I'm left scarred ever since The Sopranos ended and lost.
Sopranos, Game of Thrones, like don't do us dirty, Stranger Things. Please don't do us dirty.
Yeah. Right. The Duffer Brothers said that it'll be a complete story by the time that we get to the end of the last episode. So the coolest thing is they're all going to be, movie length. So every episode. So it's like we're getting 8 movies to basically tie it all up, which is pretty cool. But so anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. You guys were you done talking about the beard product, or did you have more you wanted to talk about?
No, I think that's about it. Like Paul said, the GovX, they got free shipping over $50. Shipping itself, I want to say, is like $7, give or take. Well, at least to me. They're down in Daytona, I believe, which is only like 2 hours south of me, and it was about $6, $7 for shipping. But that's typically all around. So decent shipping.
When I linked it, I think it was on Shop, so it's probably very cheap shipping.
Yeah. $20, like Paul said, for the oil. They also got bundles on there for a few of them that come with this squeeze butter. I keep wanting to say liquid butter. So you get the 1 ounce oil, 2 ounce butter for $39, $38 if you want to just go regular poured butter. Yeah, good prices, good products. Adam would hate them because you can't see inside the bottle because they are just straight white.
But those whites,
they stick out, especially with a bunch of amber and black bottles. They stick out on the shelf. But if you get a light in there the right way, you can kind of, there's like a small opening on the side of where the label isn't connected. So you can kind of get a light in there and kind of see. But yeah, other than that, and then the safety caps, which they are what they are. It's just sometimes annoying when you're waking up in the morning and you're not fully awake trying to open this damn thing. But at least I know
if your kids want to drink the oil, who cares? Why do we need safety caps for oil?
It's all natural.
Come on, guys.
But yeah, good product. I'm definitely going to be looking at a few more of these. I kind of wish they had samples so you could pick up a bunch of them for a little bit cheaper than buying a bunch of little 1 ounce bottles. Yeah, cool little logo, little son with a mustache and beard and everything. So Yeah, definitely a company to check out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my cigar is getting to the end here, and my glass is dry. So what are we gonna get into next?
Talk about the cigars real quick.
Yeah, it's fine. I think we all picked our own cigar. We didn't all smoke the same one. I grabbed a Brasilia from CAO. Awesome cigar. I love this cigar. I actually got these in some sample packs that I just ordered from Famous Cigar. So figured I'd go with that one. This is medium plus. I think they say full, but it's been a while since I've had a full cigar, in my opinion. Everything that's usually they say full is usually medium plus for me. Brazilian wrapper, that's the whole thing about it, and Nicaraguan filler. Very earthy, toasty notes, nutty. I get off of it. I really like this cigar. I've had this.
It's a solid,
yeah,
basic cigar, and they're not pricey at all.
No. A couple. I mean, I got like I said, I got it in a sample pack. I'd have to look and see how much it is for a box of them or something, but I think they're around the $6 to $8 mark.
Yeah, something like that.
And yeah, fantastic cigar. Really like these. CO. I like a lot of stuff from this line, but this Brasilia is it's good. Like I said, I think it helps to have like a medium plus cigar with these unaged spirits because not saying they're light on flavor, but some of these earthy, nutty notes help out with the grain forward. Not help out, but play nice with, I should say.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying the pairing going through these white dogs or moonshines or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, I went with the website says, 3 out of 5, so medium plus, not so much full body. This is from a cigar lounge. They got one in Tennessee and 2 in West Virginia called Destination Cigars. This is their own brand, Allegory Cigars. I went with the Perfect Fit, which is a flamingo smoking a cigar. They got awesome bands. They're basic bands. They're just a wrap around, but the designs on them are awesome. This one's like I said, flamingo smoking a cigar. It's San Andreas wrapper, and then a bunch of different Nicaraguan. Well, they got a jalapa binder and then a bunch of different fillers from Nicaragua. Nice coffee notes, a little bit of like citrusy or berry notes in there. Something I don't typically get, but very nice, creamy cigar, and that burn line is pretty fucking straight. So I've had a few different ones from this. Like I said, it's the only legit cigar shop in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area. All the other ones are like the pipe shops, whatever you want to call them. So I went there, and they're all, I think they range from $6 all the way up to, I think the most expensive one was $10. And I'm pretty sure that one was the Churchill. So it makes sense why that one's a little bit pricier. But they got one of a bear sitting on a beach chair on the beach smoking a cigar, one of a raptor or T-Rex smoking a cigar, alien smoking cigars. So cool little bands. I think I grabbed one of each of them that they have, at least that I think I would smoke. They have a couple Connecticut's that I just kind of left there because not a big fan of Connecticut's, but I grabbed a few to try out. And then once I smoke through them, I'll figure out what some good ones are and then place an order. You could go on the website and buy 5 packs or bundles of 21, I think they are. Yeah, of all of their cigars. So you could order them straight from their website. So once I smoke through them and figure out which ones I like best, I'll grab a couple of them and get you guys some of them. They've been fantastic cigars, rolled perfectly. Like I said, the burn line's awesome. So,
what was the brand again?
Allegory Cigars. I'll send you guys a text. It's out of Destination Cigars.
Nice.
That's their house blend, I guess they would call it. And then Adam can update us on the cigar that me and Paul smoked a couple weeks ago that we loved.
Yeah. So there's not really, I mean, it's only about 2/3 of a cigar. I mean, I guess there's a way to say first third, second third, and last third on this cigar. It's just not very long, but I finally got around to getting that Monte de Leon Charlie Mike lit up, and that's immediately. I was just thinking that's a coffee cigar. It's, you know, when you sit down and have a cup of coffee, it's not very big. It lasts you about as long as a cup of coffee if you smoke it right, maybe two. You know, maybe with a little shot of espresso in there to kind of really balance the coffee with the flavors of the cigar. But that's a damn good cigar. And you know, where did you get them from the website, Jerry?
No, he's local to me, so I grabbed it straight from him.
Okay,
you could get them on the website.
Yeah, I'm looking at the website right now. So $36 for a 3-pack, which is reasonable. I don't know what of course, the shipping is going to be thrown in there. Remind everybody what we're talking about. It's a 4x60, 4-inch by 60 ring gauge. It's a San Andreas double Maduro wrapper, a Nicaraguan binder, and Nicaraguan filler. You know, I would say this is for a Maduro, it's kind of a medium to full, a little closer to the full side for sure, but not. I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's full, like super full. You know what I mean? Like it's great. This is a really great cigar, and I liked it very much. I keep neglecting it and letting it go out, and still got about half of it left, but my beard's too fucking long for me to light this thing while I'm stoking, you know, trying to get it lit back up. So I keep having it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get through it eventually. It's good though. It's really, you know, it's really well constructed. It hasn't gone to a silly burn not one time. It's easy to draw, but not too easy, so it's not burning all fucked up. It's a really well made and curated cigar that I'm enjoying very much, and highly encourage folks to go out and do for themselves.
Yeah, it was definitely a medium plus, but there's a ton of flavor in that thing.
Absolutely. What is it? Yeah. All right.
So
now what, guys? What are we gonna drink?
That's what I was about to say. What do we want to pour up next?
More. That's what I want. More. You tell me where to go. I had to pour some more Virginia Lightning because we were yapping too fucking much, and I was getting thirsty.
Yeah, I finished my Chattanooga, so now I'm completely empty, and I'm staring at 4 other pours right now. You want to continue with? No, I don't want to go that one. Yeah, you guys pick. It don't matter. I just don't want to be drinking this 130-something proof corn right now. That's the only one I don't want to be drinking right now. That one's got to wait.
Woman.
That was the one with the pink tape?
No. We could go to that one. We go to the pink tape.
Yeah, let's do that one. We've got some flavored stuff coming. Let's save that. So this is the mysterious pink tape, no label bottle that showed up in my mailbox.
Yeah, it showed up on my front door too, a couple batches. So there's a recipe out there called Uncle Jesse's Simple Sour Mash or something along those lines. Basically where you dump some corn, some sugar, some yeast, and some water into a 5-gallon bucket. And over time, you replace a little bit of the corn and the sugar, but you let the yeast continue doing its thing over different variations or whatever you want to call it. So this is a blend of batch of basically a sweet mash and 3 sour mashes. So batch 1s through 4. It should be right about 120 proof, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's proofier than what we've been sipping on, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
But I get a little bit of the ethanol burn in the back of my throat, but not on the tongue, so it's nice and smooth. Sweet. There's a whole bunch of sweetness to it.
Yeah. So the original sweet mash, which is all new grain, sugar, yeast, was not so much sweet. The different variations afterwards is where all that sweetness started coming through. And then I just had a couple ounces of each that I blended together just to kind of see how it would be, and that's how this came out.
Yeah, that's very good. I like this a lot.
Absolutely. Very much agree. That sweetness is definitely there. It doesn't drink 120, regardless of whether or not it's a higher proof of other things that we've drank, but it's right up my alley. I like it very much.
Yeah, there's like a sweet bready note.
Yeah.
That I really like. Not like a toast, but almost like a bread dough. That's every time I take a sip, I get like a little different. It doesn't bounce all over the place, but just a little different variation of what I'm getting. But at first, I thought I was starting to get like a marshmallow note, so I took another sip, and it was bread dough. So
the corn stays there throughout, but I was gonna say the sweetness profile bounces. One time it's almost like a sugar sweetness. The next time it's like you said, that doughiness that you said, almost like a sweet dough note. Every once in a while I'll get like a berry candy sweetness.
Mm-hmm. See that? So. No, this is very well done. I like this a lot. Compliments to the chef.
There might be a couple gallons of it sitting somewhere.
Yeah, no, that's a sipper right there. I wouldn't want to mix that at all, even at the proof. That's a sipper. I like that a lot. All right, well, that was definitely a good one. I think that one. I think the proof helps it be my favorite so far. So, because we've been drinking some low proofers, but that's very good. I could drink a lot of that. It keeps making me want to take another sip. This might be one of those hard stand up ones.
Yeah,
that's funny. I keep wanting to take another swig, and it's not saying it doesn't have a good finish. It's just I keep getting
the mouthfeel sticks. For me, the mouthfeel sticks around, but the flavor kind of dies down.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to go back for it more and more, and at 120 proof, after a while, it's gonna hit you.
This is one of those ones that you're sitting around a fire, smoking a cigar with some friends, sipping on this, passing this jar around, and then somebody falls into the fire because this one goes down nice and smooth.
Yeah, at least my cigar goes. When I go from the cigar back to that pour, more of those sweet notes come out. More of that like berry candy type sweetness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that berry note. It's like a darker berry, like I don't want to say blueberry, but it's like a darker berry when I get, because I hadn't gone from the cigar to it because I was just drinking sip after sip because I wanted to see what was next. But I get that from the cigar because I like this cigar is, like I said, very kind of earthy and toasty, and it goes well with that sweetness, but it changes it into like a dark fruit note.
Yeah, there's these like they say they're 100% fruit snacks or whatever they're called. I think I get them from they're either Aldi's or Costco. And there's like they're shaped like the fruit, and one's an apple, like a green apple, another one's like it's just like a berry in it, and it reminds me of that like berry candy or that gummy.
Yeah, I get that. That's what I'm trying to point my finger, and it's not an actual fruit; it's a fruit gummy or a fruit chew, candy, fruit
Yeah.
roll up, some kind of somebody's interpretation of a dark fruit, which is still really good.
Which works for me because I like
Yeah,
that at least most of the time with those candies.
yeah, absolutely. Oh. Very, very good pour.
All right, what do we have next?
Got 2 peaches. We got a corn liquor.
And a
We
honey bun.
got a honey bun rye.
Let's do the corn liquor and then save all the flavors for last.
Alrighty.
That work? And unfortunately for everybody listening, you just get to hear us enjoy these because these aren't commercially available. But I'm excited, so we're going to do it. So this corn liquor, since my label is not accurate, what is the proof on this one?
It's 120.
I would say mine's a little bit different. Mine's a little bit older, coming in at like 132. And to me, it smells like you open up a can of corn.
Yeah, it's I can tell you.
Cornbread for me. I'm at 120. This is cornbread on the nose for me.
I can tell you the recipe is, I mean, it's corn, it's malted barley, and 2 different kinds of sugar and water. And that's it, you know. And then of course yeast. So you're not going to find a simpler recipe in commercially available or non-commercially available products, really, than in liquor distillation, specifically in any kind of whiskey distillation, because you don't have all those stupid fucking chemicals that you find in every fucking thing from toothpaste to medicine. And you know, it's good to know that we can still get something out there or find a way to make something with limited ingredients and get a quality product out of it. So with that being said, yeah, what you're going to catch on the nose is corn, because the malted barley used to make this was minimal, just, you know, strictly for the amylase to help break down the long chain to the short chain. So what do you guys think about it on the palate?
For me, it's the same. It's sweet corn, and just like the White Lightning, it's what you're looking for when you're thinking of a corn whiskey or corn liquor or moonshine or whatever you want to call it. That's what you're looking for. Just a nice, clean, sweet corn flavor. At least for me, that's what I'm looking for.
I'm getting like it's got to be from the yeast, because you imagine eating cornbread and drinking a beer. That's what I'm getting off of this. I'm getting like this bready, yeasty note as well, which goes perfect with the corn because it's, you know, kind of cornbread, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I kept getting that. I'm trying to put my finger on it, but that's what it reminds me of. I'm drinking a beer and eating a piece of cornbread. It's awesome.
Yeah, that doesn't sound horrible.
I want to go inside after we stop recording and do that.
That doesn't sound awful. I will say that I am a big fan of cornbread.
Yeah.
So, and if there happens to be anybody out there listening that doesn't know what cornbread is, or maybe have never had it, find somebody with a Southern connection, and or a restaurant like a barbecue joint, and get some fucking cornbread already.
Yeah, because it ain't out of a blue and white box in the supermarket.
That's right.
You need to get your...
And while you're at it, if you're at one of those restaurants, grab some corn nuggets too.
Yeah, those are fucking fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, now I want some corn nuggets. Shit. And hey, those are a long time. Yeah. So, for me, I always thought this kind of tasted like fair corn, which, for those who may not know what I'm talking about, because that may not necessarily be what it's called, but my dad used to make it. You get an ear of corn, you'd leave the shucks on it. You'd pull it back and cover it in butter, like sweet butter, or sweet corn. I'm sorry, take an ear of sweet corn, cover it in butter, put the shuck back over the ear, and then put it on the grill and let it cook that way. And he used to have that. He said, and my grandparents would make it too. And they said they used to have it at the state fair in Ohio, I guess. So they're not. I'm from Kentucky. I've lived here my whole life. They are not. You know, I'm born in Kentucky, raised in Kentucky, but they are not. So anyway, it was fantastic. I loved it. And to me, this always kind of tasted like that. There's a bit of a, and this might actually lend to the overall flavor that you're talking about, Paul, especially that cornbread. To me, there's always been somewhat of a smoky back end, a little bit to this, and I think it's because of the molasses content in one of the types of sugars. There's white sugar involved, and there's turbinado sugar involved. Turbinado is crystallized and has a higher molasses content, which white sugar, of course, has been processed to the point that there's no molasses content. This, in box of turbinado, you can open it up and see the presence of molasses without it being like gooey and sticky. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I think that has something to do with it as well. But you know, I've always enjoyed corn liquor since my first time trying it, and every one that we've had so far, including this one, is right up my alley. So where are we headed to next?
Well, you said gooey and sticky, so let's head there.
All righty.
Yep. As we're pouring up the gooey and sticky, weird reference will make sense once we're told what went into making this one.
Yeah, this is this recipe also involves turbinado sugar and white sugar and water and yeast, and it also involves a little bit of barley, but it also involves 36 honey buns, an entire case of honey buns was ordered in the process of this being made. And then the honey buns were broken up and put into the water and allowed to dissolve with a very small amount of barley added, because it wasn't even clear that the barley was necessary. But just in case, amylase needed to be introduced just to be certain. So, and then rye was thrown in there. So this is what we call Honey Bun Rye, and that's what it fucking tastes like. It tastes like the first drink I ever had. I described it in my head as a piece, or a loaf of rye bread covered in honey bun glaze.
Yep.
And if that sounds amazing to you, it sounded pretty fucking amazing to us as well. So,
yeah, this got legs on the glass like fucking motor oil. You can rewind 30 seconds after I took my first sip. It just made me smile. Like, this is really good.
And I think it ended up in such a way that if there'd been a higher rye content added in this recipe, it may have presented more of the floral notes that you actually get from, and that may have interrupted the honey bun just a slight bit. It may not have worked out quite as well. So this might be, the golden ratio of this kind of recipe, or maybe close to it, at least. I'm not sure there's a whole lot of tinkering that can be done with this for those reasons. Now, I might be entirely wrong, and maybe those floral notes would add to it, enhance it in some way. But I think it turned out pretty well. Just kind of a happy accident, an idea that somebody had, and it happened, and here we are. So,
yeah, no, this is this is fantastic. I almost want to. Like I want to make a cocktail out of this with the only other ingredient being crushed ice. I think this would be just fantastic, cold, like almost like a slushy, because it's so glazed, cream, sweet forward, but it has, this poured into Jerry's slushy machine would be incredible.
oh mercy.
Yeah. When I first tried this, my mind went straight for honey bun, but the actual bun itself was like a rye bread, like made with rye versus whatever the hell they were using. Nice spice from that rye with that creaminess and sweetness from that honey bun glaze, and it's a good one.
That would be outstanding if they made honey buns with rye bread instead of that sad excuse for a pastry that they, I say that with love because I fucking love me a honey bun. Don't get me wrong. I've got a fat boy living inside of me. I will fucking eat a honey bun. I'll eat shit. You give me a box of honey buns and I'll eat the whole fucking box in a day. If I have enough time anyway. But it's delicious.
Yeah,
I love honey bun.
There's going to be a time in my life where I make a rye honey bun. I have to now.
Have a rye honey bun with some of this honey bun rye.
Yeah, and I might even use that rye honey bun to make me some kind of delicious ham and cheese sandwich with the rye honey bun as bread, because that sounds absolutely savory and delicious. Well, I must be hungry. My mind is going places.
Yeah, what is
I
going
am 100% sure that I'm hungry.
I'm thinking like a Monte Cristo sandwich, but kind of with a rye bread instead of okay.
Now I think I know what I'm going to do, Paul. I'm going to get a loaf of rye bread
next week's episode,
slices and put them in the toaster, and then I'm going to take some ham and cheese loaf, some Oscar Mayer ham and cheese loaf, and I'm going to fry it in the pan. And put that motherfucker on the toast, the rye toast, and I bet you that'd be fucking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My wheels are spinning.
For sure.
My fat kid wheels are spinning.
Stay tuned for next week's episode of us making honey buns and rye bread, ham and cheese.
Look out for our next podcast. Some kind of culinary podcast we'll put out there soon.
Cooking while drunk.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, no, this is a good one. I like this one a lot. Like, once again, compliments to the chef.
Yeah, this was a good one. That, like I said, that spice from the rye, that little bit of floral from the rye, and the sticky honey bun works really well together.
I want to say, if this is ever recreated again, I can't believe I'm saying this because it's like probably my least favorite style of whiskey, but as a wheat base instead of a rye, I wonder how that would play. Because I always get like these bubblegum notes from wheat whiskeys, and it might be too sweet at that point. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't mess with this, to be honest. I'll take it back. Don't mess with this. Do it again.
Take wheat out and use malt.
Well, it's entirely possible that it will be produced yet again. And I will be sure to let you know when that happens. Damn it, I thought I had water in here, and I forgot that I had poured our next pour, and I slugged it right on back. So I'm gonna abstain for a minute while you guys go through that. But
I'm hoping it was the
it
one.
Definitely was. It 100% was a 104. But so I think that specific recipe with the specific ratios that were used will remain intact, but
I mean, that's a Goldilocks recipe. Don't, keep that.
There's room for tinkering in other ways. You know what I mean? Like with a wheat and a malted wheat, I think that's definitely possible.
That being said, I do have some tinkering for this next pour that I'm trying eventually. When I get some time, I might try some tinkering with this one. But are you guys ready for this next one?
Into it.
Well, Adam is. He's already done it.
I'm clearly ready. It's clearly, yeah.
So this one, I originally made a peach wine for the holidays, and I woke up one morning and it was clear. Don't know how it happened, but I had peach wine and it showed up cleared the next day. Don't know, but yeah, it's like somewhere between 50 and 55 pounds of peaches, a bunch of peach nectar, and then some sugar in it. Didn't use any water. Just trying to keep as much peach flavor as it is. And so, yeah, it's just peach in a glass.
So I forgot entirely to nose it clearly. But I'll go ahead and tell you what I got on the palate was a peach safety pop. Which I appreciate very much. Again, I've talked about my love of safety pops several times on this show, specifically the grape. The peach ones were all they have a peach creamsicle also, I think, maybe. But actually, that's more what I'm getting is a peach creamsicle safety pop as opposed to just a straight peach. But very, very good. Very good. It's hard to get that peach flavor to come across. You know, the peach isn't the most bold of flavors when you eat the peach. I mean, it's great, but it's not, overwhelmingly powerful with flavor, so it's hard to get that all to come through in a distillation process, but that's really good.
Yeah, I'm happy how it came through.
The nose, I mean, yeah, it's going back to the gummy candy.
It almost reminds me of those peach rings, exactly. Those gummy peach rings.
Exactly it.
Which, as much as they are terrible, I love those things.
I mean, it noses to me as peach, but not like fresh cut peaches. It noses as candies, like a candy. Yeah. A confectioner's interpretation of peach. That's what it noses as, which I love. But on the palate, it is fucking biting into a ripe peach.
Yep. Almost like that peach skin.
Yeah. And then the finish is the best part about the whole thing, which it goes on and on. I mean, the finish is incredible.
There's definitely a lot of the oils came through. And
it goes
keeps on.
It goes and goes and goes on the finish. I mean, this is the opposite of whatever the one we were drinking before, where I kept wanting to go back to it because I kept drinking. This is one where I just want to sit with this one because I'm still getting the finish, and it's been.
Is that the 104?
Yeah, there's the 104. Yeah, but the finish is incredible. I mean, it just keeps going. It's stuck on my palate as peach. It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. The wine was pretty good too. Kept a little bit of that. Just to kind of
how did you make the wine?
Mm-hmm. Just fermented peaches with peach nectar, with some pectin enzymes, some sugar, and let that go for a couple weeks. Cleared it a couple times and just let it do its thing. But yeah, that next morning I woke up and I had 125 proof clear stuff that I proofed some of it down to 100. I was going for 100. It ended up being 104, which It's close enough.
Yeah, I've got about 20
And
gallons
that
of peach
125
wine
is
sitting
just-
here behind me right now. That
Need you to do something with that.
yeah, it needs to happen. I definitely need to rack it
And then
and get all the shit out of it. But it's been sitting there for a couple months in buckets sealed up, and something needs to happen quick.
And then I have some thoughts for. I picked up some 2 different kinds of malted barley. I can't remember the name of them, but one of them is supposed to have like a graham cracker flavor note to them, and the other one's supposed to have like a puff pastry, flake pastry style. So my thought process was to make like a peach cobbler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like your
So-
thought process.
I didn't want to put it all together because separate, I know it'll be 2 good products. Together, as one, it could fuck it up. So I wanted to do 2 different ones and then probably blend them together. So that's my experimentation eventually.
Well, as good as this 104 was, I just happened to find a bottle sitting in front of me that says Peach 125 on it. So I'm going
Yes.
to pour that into my gullet and see what that does.
Same thing, just that's
Not proof down.
without any added.
The nose
Yeah.
is so much more peach. Maybe just because I poured it and it's wafting out, but boom, there's a punch in the face of peach on this one. But again, it's like the peach rings. It's like peach. If there was a peach fruit roll up, I don't think there is, but that's what I would imagine that would smell like.
I could do that.
I get a little more peach cobbler, like some bready aspects to it on the nose itself, which I enjoy very much. By the way, I haven't had a peach cobbler in a long fucking time.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have for dessert after I eat my rye and my Crisco.
That being said, these peaches came from the peach truck, and I definitely did make a bunch of peach cobbler, which was fantastic.
Now that's peach rings on the palate. I mean, that's just
Yep.
like chewing peach ring. Yeah, it's good. That's really good.
Yeah. I almost prefer the 104 because I feel like I'm getting the same notes off of both, but I want to drink more of it. So I like the lower proof point so I don't pass out. Like I want to drink this I want to watch a movie and drink this the whole time. And if I'm drinking this 125 the whole time, I don't think I'm going to see the end of the movie.
No, I definitely prefer the 104
Yeah, but
as well.
the notes are the same. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think it changes much except the proof, which is awesome. And I normally like higher proof stuff, but I want to drink more of this. I want to keep sipping. So I kind of like the lower proof.
Now, for me, I always get more of the flavor when the proof is higher, for good reason. The oils are more present and things of that nature. And I don't want a lower proof because I want to keep drinking more. But over the years, I've become, I've mentioned many times on this show that I'm a bit of a proof whore. So give me the higher proof shit. That's what I want. I want there to be as little water involved after distillation as humanly possible, because the mouthfeel is better. The flavors are more present. The nose is always, better. It's just, the only thing that I've ever had where I tried it before it got proofed down was the Honey Bun Rye. And the reason that it's at such a seemingly arbitrary proof point at 116 versus 120, which is where I usually like my liquor, is because when I tried it at 116, it was better than it was at 120, which is strange to me. But that's very, very, very seldom for me that I like it like that. So this is very, very good. And if anybody's ever got the chance to try a peach brandy at 120 plus proof, I highly encourage you to do so. It's very tasty.
Yeah, I might take a small jar and either get a spiral or some chips or something. Just throw it in there very minimum time, just to kind of get a little bit of something in there, just to kind of see what it does. I don't want to age it for some time. I just kind of want to see what, basically experiment and kind of see what it would do, how it would turn out.
I have a feeling that getting some of those vanillin compounds pulled out of an oak into this peach brandy is going to give you even more of that peach cobbler quality that you're looking for. The caramel.
That was my thought process.
The caramel from the caramelization process and the vanillins from the wood. Those wood sugars are really going to add to it, I think. However, I have had some brandies that were produced by other than legal means that some wood was introduced to, and it just didn't quite work out like people wanted it to. So it is possible that it may not be as great, but it's pretty damn good, man.
Well, you don't need to, because I already got your hack for you. I don't know if you guys what you got left, but if you take 50-50, 125 peach and that honey bun and mix them together, fucking
damn it, Jared! Damn it, Paul!
Fucking peach cobbler in a goddamn glass. So
all right.
You don't have to do any science, just trade.
Okay, here we go.
Little bit of that.
I know everybody who's listening to us right now fucking hates us because we're drinking shit that they can't get. But if you're still with us, it's at least and enjoy the content with us, I guess. But this shit's delicious.
Well, I knew something was happening over there because I saw Paul doing something, and I saw him take a drink and look away from the camera and just smile and shake his head.
I had to. It's so fucking good.
It didn't even occur to me to do that until you said that. So, well, that nose is fantastic. Holy shit!
It's not even peach cobbler. It's like a peach cake or something, like a peach pound cake. That's what it is, like a peach pound cake. Oh, fuck, that's good.
Yeah, it's shit. That's a honey bun. That's a honey bun with peach icing. That's a rye honey bun with peach icing.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a fantastic way to end this one off on these boards.
Holy shit!
It's so good.
Yeah, that's really good.
So good.
I'm gonna have to go upstairs. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and tell my wife I drank too much tonight. And the last one was I poured double what I poured basically the same size twice for everything that I've been drinking tonight, just into this one glass. So, wow, that's really good. I'm gonna have to stop listening to Paul. That's
I'm gonna have to encourage you guys to make this happen.
I think it's possible.
That's awesome right there.
You might be able to get
Both of
something
them
going.
by themselves are awesome, but together it is like fantastic.
Yeah, that's really good. I did not expect to be drinking something like that. And that's 122.5 proof, so that ended up being the highest proof out of everything that we drank tonight.
That's falling the fire right there.
Yeah, that's Jerry, how close is that, do you think, to what you were aiming for with your peach cobbler idea?
Maybe a little bit. So with the oak chips or spiral or something, I think that's pretty close. Get a little bit of that sweetness from the oak or the vanilla.
What I think it needs, I think, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but here's what I think you need: equal parts this and the peach, both at the proofs that they're at, and then make a wheat whiskey with that one that has the graham cracker profile at high proof, and then blend them together.
Because that's what it's missing. It's missing that pie crustiness type of deal. This is like it's more of like a peach cake, like like with icing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that pie crustiness, like baked out of the oven. You need that if you want to get towards that profile. You need something with that crusty baked profile. But I'm totally fine with peach cake because this is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Especially that kick of spice on the back end of that. I really, really like. I mean, I know that's weird to say, and people don't really eat spicy peach cake, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. Spicy peach cake. It's fucking good. yeah, it's like covering your peach cake in a nice black pepper crust.
So, Adam, when we went to, it's been a while, so I don't know. When we went to the Copper and Kings and we tried, they had their brandy finished in a High West rye barrel.
I do.
You remember that one? I love. So you had that great brandy note with a little back end of spice from that rye barrel. Throw a peach brandy into that, and that's what I'm.
That makes perfect sense. The way that as soon as you said the brandy finished in the High West barrel, I was like, "Yep, I know where he's going," and you're right.
Like it's all sweetness up front, and then that rye spice kind of pops in on the back and just helps round it out.
Yeah, Paul. Whenever we finally get you to fucking Kentucky, we have to go to Copper and Kings.
You guys tell me when. I'll come tomorrow.
I mean,
which that being said, Copper and Kings has, would they get bought out by somebody or rebranded?
No, they got bought out.
They got bought
out, but the guy that bought it out, so the last time I was there, we really missed the ball, and we could have broken that story. It was
right.
It was not necessarily public knowledge at the time that I was there. We recorded the next day. We could have broken that story, but anyway, the tour guide was telling me about it, and the guy that bought it, he has a extremely vested interest in keeping their operations exactly the same as they were. So I don't know the reason for the buyout. I don't know if he was approached them and was like, "Hey, I'm interested in owning this, and I want to buy it," or if they were hurting, or I don't know. I doubt they were hurting because they make really good stuff, and their operation is fairly minimal. They've got 4 stills. They've got 2. I don't even know the gallon quantities on the. You do?
I can't. I'd have to look back. No, I'd have to look back at anything I posted. But I know they have their original still, which then they had to upgrade, and then they had to upgrade. One of those things, and they
the
still
2
have
bigger ones are the same gallons, and then they've got a smaller one, which was the original, and then they've got an even smaller one, which is, and they all have names. And the even smaller one is just a scaled down version of the original. That's their they do experimental small batches and things like that on there. If you catch them at the right day or right time, you can do a barrel your own tour or bottle your own tour where you walk up to the barrel. It's got a spigot on it, and you hold the bottle under and catch the liquid as it falls out, and then you turn around, they label it for you, and you're off to the races.
You sign it. And then for Paul, they also have absinthe too.
Yeah, they do make absinthe. They make so many brandies, and then they make some really fantastic brandy barrel aged bourbons that are just out of this world. And I know that I've sent those samples out to you. Well, Jerry can get the Butchertown there.
For dirt cheap. Well, the Butcher Town's the 125 proof brandy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can get the regular Butcher Town, but then you've got the.
I don't think I could get the whiskey. I don't think I could get that here.
Well, I've got that somewhere. That one's actually a single barrel, Kroger single barrel pick. And it's, I mean, when it first came out, they were selling it for $70. I think the last time I saw it, they'd reduced the price to $40. But it's fucking fantastic. Anyway, we got to get you there, Paul. It's real. I'll warn you ahead of time. I mean, it's in the middle of Louisville, which is, Louisville and Lexington here where I live are, pretty much liberal city. You know what I mean? As far as, I mean, that's just, and Louisville for sure. And so it kind of sticks to that theme. It's very, they're all about reusing and repurposing, and they've got a whole garden of weeds that they leave there for the bees. And I mean, and it's fucking weeds. It's just, you look over it and you're like, why in the fuck aren't they cutting their grass? Oh, well, we leave that for the bugs. So,
I can bite my tongue for good spirits.
Well, the thing is, though, is they're not like beat you in the face with their liberalism. Liberals, they're genuinely good people.
They're more of conservation.
Yeah. I mean, they're genuinely good, nice people. They just, their political views don't align with ours, but they're not. I mean, they're not radical or anything like that any more than we are. They're just nice people. So.
Yeah, I'm all for conservation. That's awesome, and
sure,
everything I've had from them has been fantastic. So,
well, it's really cool. They don't. So when their entrants are a bunch of repurposed and repainted shipping containers that are stacked on top of each other, and one of them used to be a gift shop, and one of them used to be a like where your tours would start. And they've since stopped doing that in those shipping containers. And you walk all the way into the distillery and take an elevator up to the second floor. And now the tours and the gift shop are located where Jerry and I did the tasting. So, and as an added bonus, if you like dogs, they have the most awesome Great Pyrenees that's ever existed. She'll come in, run up behind you and knock you over. She took Wayne's legs out from underneath them. I think it was Wayne, or maybe it was Mike.
I think Mike almost got taken.
So she's a big dog. She's real sweet. She'll go on the tour with you. She went on the tour. She went on the elevator with us the last time I was there, and went on the tour with Wayne and I, and then went back up to the gift shop when we went back up, and that was that. I mean, she's real sweet. But anyway, it's an awesome place. We'll have to get you there because it's a really cool spot, and they make really good shit. But back to the subject at hand, yeah, that does remind me of the brandy that they produced that was aged in the High West barrels, and Paul, that was a great idea. Holy shit, that's really good.
Yeah, that worked out. That was a fantastic finish to a bunch of very, very good clear spirits, moonshine, whatever you want to call them, white dog, whatever your accepted terminology is, but just unaged whiskey.
That might be the most, the highest number of spirits that I know it's certainly the highest number of spirits that I've drank in succession on this show. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 spirits ranging from 90 proof all the way up to 125 proof. So actually, I was wrong a minute ago. That was not the highest proof that we had drank because the peach was the highest proof. It brought the proof of the peach down a little bit to mix them together, but still, that's the highest proof that I have, or the highest number of spirits that I have drank on this show.
I definitely started out with small pours with that Chat, and then the Laws and the Virginia Lightning. Definitely because I saw everything. But then once we started getting into the honey bun and the peaches, those pours got a little bit heavier.
Yeah, I'm same, and I'm about to have yet another of the peach and the honey bun rye, and then I'm gonna stop drinking for the night because I'm gonna feel like well, that's not true. I'm not gonna say that. I found that with clear liquor, if I drink it and I keep drinking it enough to the point where with other liquors I would feel like dog shit the next day, I don't feel like dog shit. I just wake up still drunk.
Yes.
So at least I don't have a headache because I do have jujitsu in the morning, and I don't think that going and doing that while hungover would be a fucking good idea, like at all.
No, I can't. I don't do jiu-jitsu, but I can't imagine that would be fun at all.
Not at all. Just get folded up like a fucking pretzel while I've got a pounding headache and dehydrated as a motherfucker. It sounds awful.
Adam's talking about doing drunk jujitsu, and I look down for a second. I look back up, and he's gone. I'm like, oh shit, he fell out of his chair.
Nah, I just had something to put down on the floor is all. But yeah, this has been a really fun episode. It was meant to be more of a shootout type situation, and it morphed into something completely different, but it's hard to do a shootout when you're looking at brandies versus corn liquors versus rye liquors, all of them unaged. There wasn't really any way to make that happen, but
that's the joy of this podcast is there is no scripts. The only thing I ever write down is like what the mash bill of the whiskey or the age or what ingredients for the beard oil or what the binder filler is for the cigar. That's about it. Everything else is just straight whatever it comes out.
Yep.
And I think that's personally, I think that's why I like this podcast is because it's not scripted. We don't have like a certain run time or anything like that. It's just wherever this fucking goes, it goes.
Yeah, and we record on Sundays, and the Bills, Jaguars, Panthers all won today, and Patrick just lost. So fuck yeah. It's
been a great day of football.
And Josh Allen got me 40-something points in fantasy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, other than the Dolphins game, Josh Allen is always pretty much guaranteed to get you some fucking points for sure. But today he really he came back with a vengeance.
6 touchdowns is kind of special, but
yeah,
I'm watching the Broncos
same
Chiefs game end right here, and old Kermit, his facial expression at the end there will give me sweet dreams because the Chiefs have lost again, and the refs tried to save them the whole game, and they could not because the Broncos came out on top. So fantastic ending to a fantastic football weekend as well. We got one more fantastic game tonight, Lions Eagles. Just two awesome teams going up against each other, but
yeah, Lions and Eagles should be a fucking amazing game, but well, shit, I wish I'd paid more attention to Broncos and Chiefs because kind of looks like the Chiefs aren't going to make the playoffs this year, which is
they're in the hunt with the Ravens, who are in the hunt at 5-5.
I was watching them earlier, or I was watching right before the Bills game. They were talking about it, and they put a graphic up, and it said that the Ravens and the Chiefs were both out.
Well, the graphic they just threw up where they're in the hunt of the playoff race because the NFL can still cheat as much as they. I mean, they tried to.
Well, that's true. That's true.
And they can still cheat and get them in. But
maybe the refs would be like, "Hey, people are starting to catch on. Let's
I
not
doubt
have them in this year."
I doubt it. Good play will overcome even cheating. So, and that's what happened to the Broncos. Good play overcame a bad Chiefs team, and even the refs couldn't save them. So,
yeah,
good Broncos. Good riddance.
Well, with all this stuff in the NBA and whatnot coming out about refs throwing games and stuff, I think the NFL refs are starting to realize.
And the UFC, there's some controversy. Yeah, it's coming out. And I think
talking about UFC, not about the cheating or anything. You guys see what happened in the stands
Oh yeah, that was
the last one, the big old brawl, and Dana White basically said, "Yeah, that's my fault. I heard about it. I probably should have done something, but I didn't." And a giant brawl happened.
And
in
absolutely,
the stands.
it will never happen again. Which,
well, yeah, because what's his face is not allowed in UFC fights ever again.
So I appreciate the conversation you all are having. I'm going to interrupt it because
don't give me another
lot of water in your glass right there.
Yeah, that's what it is. This is the same concoction that we've already had, and when I took a drink before, it was up over the Peerless, and now it's down to there. So there's a lot of it, is what I'm getting at, and mixed at a higher ratio, even is better than it was a minute ago. So what I'm saying is, if you have more and you have enough to fill up your glass, fucking fill that bitch up. Do it right now.
Well, I absolutely don't have more, so that's something that my friends could hopefully remedy. But
yeah, I think so.
The Magic Fairy might be able to make a little.
All I have left is the Peach 125, which I just poured the rest of, and then I got some that Uncle Jesse's left, which is fantastic as well. So this is just straight Peach 125, which is great.
Yeah, I'll have to let that guy know to make some more Honey Bun Rye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know those little Christmas cakes, Little Debbie Christmas trees?
Yep.
That probably tastes pretty good.
It probably would. It probably would. Some Swiss rolls with rye.
Ooh, Swiss rolls.
I love Swiss rolls, but that plastic chocolate note to it.
I
love
rip
those
that
things,
off. You can rip that right off, and you don't have that chocolatey shit on top. You just got the chocolate cake under with the cream.
That's true. That's true. But I'm thinking, I think the best thing Little Debbie does is those Christmas trees each year.
Well, now I got to disagree with you. I think I think there's two other things. I think a Nutty Buddy rye would be pretty good, and I think a Cosmic Brownie without the little fucking piece of shit candies that they stick in them, because I always pop those out and just ate the brownie.
Yeah, because they would probably gunk things up too. The Cosmic Brownie would probably be pretty good, but
yeah,
there is a cult following for those Christmas trees.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, absolutely. I love them. You have to run out and buy like 6 boxes before everybody else buys them up every fucking year. Every year.
I've never noticed it until the other day. I was walking through the grocery store and they have chocolate ones.
Really? I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I was going by and I see a whole stand, and I went to grab one, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna wait. And then I looked in my hand and it was a chocolate one. I was like, it's gonna have to wait, but I might have to grab some of those chocolate ones to try out.
But
I've never had
like 40 boxes of them. That's what I'm thinking.
That does sound pretty fucking fantastic. I will not lie. Here, hold on. Let's do the sign off real quick, and we'll continue this conversation. You can just cut and paste. We kind of fucking. I think we moved from the show into just a general conversation. So,
again, that's how this show goes. But yeah, let's sign off. We've been
yeah.
In the show.
So that pretty much does it for another episode of Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes. Don't forget to go back and listen to the show if you're wanting to check out all these products, because there's a lot of them, and I'm not going to go back and find all the websites and the socials for you this time. So sorry, just not going to happen. You can, you're an adult. Probably.
If you're watching on YouTube, I'll throw a little screenshot of all.
There we go. Jerry's much nicer than I am. I'm not the nice guy on this show.
If you're listening to it on Apple or Spotify or Podbean or one of those non-visual ones,
go to YouTube.
Or go to YouTube, yeah.
Or go to YouTube.
Anyway, as always, before I say that, make sure to get those donations in and get that sent over to us so that we can enter your name in for the giveaway. We're hoping to raise some money here for charity. We don't even know how much money we've raised for charity. We just want to know that it's happened. And
Yes.
then, $5 could win you a lot of really cool shit. And we hope that, we can raise some money for veterans and get some cool shit to some good people. That would really do our hearts some good. So, also, be sure to look out for children. They are the future, so let's protect their future and protect our future. Until next week, cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes is produced by Adam Bolden, Paul Rousseau, and Jerry Ullman. Edited by Jerry Ullman. Music by Ryan Johnson. You can find all of our links on our website at bourbonbeardsandbelvederes.com and at beacons.ai/Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes. As always, enjoy your bourbon and cigars responsibly. Cheers.